Welcome back to another video. This is going to be another trade recap of today, Friday. Yeah, so I took another trade this week and I got really close to getting a nice win, which would have felt pretty nice, but I can't say anything bad about it. I got stopped at break even. It's kind of unfortunate, honestly, but you know what? It happens in trading. And the more I try to be envious, be greedy that this trade didn't play out, the more it's going to affect my trading in the long run. And I just can't let that happen. I can't let that affect my emotions. I've got to just stay calm and understand that I took a good trade. Just the market had other ideas. So I was in this for a good amount of contracts too, because I was adding more positions to it. I think I got into 8 contracts, 8 mini contracts, micro contracts, not minis. 8 micros on my Apex 300k account, and then also 5 contracts. So I was in 13 contracts in total, and I want to say I was in like at least $2,000 in profit here, and came all the way up, stopped me out at break even. So we're just gonna go over the trade and my bias for the day, why I even took this trade. You can kind of see some of my targets, but let's just remove that and go to market open. 9:30. Boom. Let's mark out market open. And then we can also pull up ES. Do I have any? Take these off. Okay, so coming into market open, we had an SMT with NQ. Oh, it doesn't show my cursor, but whatever. ES had swept this high. ES swept this high. NQ did not sweep this high, putting an SMT, a bearish SMT. And immediately, the first thing when I looked at this chart, my eyes were drawing to was this big imbalance with these two equal lows resting right above it. That's the very first thing that my eyes drew towards when I opened this chart. And then I saw the SMT as well, and I was looking for us to go there. It seemed pretty clear in my head that we were going to go to this area. This looks very clear to me. Higher time frame, I really didn't have a great bias. The weekly profile is not clean at all. We're kind of just consolidating. We swept this low, started to come up off of it. Earlier in the week, I thought we were going to go and fill this gap. And then I wanted us to go higher and go to all-time highs. And then we just keep going back and forth, kind of whiplashing, taking the highs, taking the lows. So not very clean weekly profile, but intraday, I could still see a nice setup. And maybe that's another reason why this trade didn't fully play out, is just because the weekly profile isn't the cleanest, and that gives us less efficient price action overall. But yeah, so I wanted to see, with this SMT, we were generating buy side liquidity. So I wanted to see us come up maybe one more time, leave the SMT intact, or maybe put in a second SMT with ES taking this high. Maybe ES takes this high. We get a second SMT up here. We then get a change in the state of delivery to go down and rebalance back to this open gap in price. So that's what I was kind of thinking coming into the day. And let's go ahead and start to play price out and see what happens. So we come up, NQ sweeps the top. Okay. ES, I don't think it played. Oh, there we go. ES also sweeps the top, but doesn't really get this sweep that okay, in there you can see it, but it doesn't sweep this high that I wanted to see for that SMT. So I was a little more cautious, a little more patient, but I knew I definitely could have taken a short around here. I knew this when I saw this happen. I knew this was definitely a possible short, but I decided to be patient on it and just not take it because we didn't sweep that high on ES, but it would have looked something like this, which eventually would have got stopped at break even. Pretty sure. Yeah, it would have got stopped at break even. So we come back up, start to push up, and Q takes this internal high. ES, oh, that's weird. ES does end up taking this high that I was looking for. And I think we put in an external SMT. I guess not. NQ expands up and also takes out these highs. Yeah. Let me see. Do we end up getting a bearish SMT at all? No. No, we actually don't end up getting any bearish SMT on the higher time frame. But this is right around where I took my trade. We expanded up, swept out those highs. We were in this bearish imbalance, after sweeping these highs. And I wanted to see us get a rebalance to this inefficiency. And we also had put in more generated sell side lows, more equal lows for us to sweep out. So this was becoming a pretty clear area that I wanted price to go in. And we finally get this change in the state. Boom. Pretty freaking clear change in the state. 5 minute, we have an inverse fair value gap right here. Run through it very aggressively. This looks very clear in my opinion. Take the short right here. Stop loss. I didn't put it the very high. I think I just put it around here, I want to say. And then I had my take profit. It wasn't here. It was this. Let me go here. It was this 1 minute wide open gap that I wanted to see us go to. So it was a little lower than these lows. And at the time it was a 1.7 RR, but I did cut the risk pretty fast on this one. And I did add more to this. So I didn't add my full position here, but let's just play it out and see what my thought process was. So we come up, sweep this internal high, still inside of this 5 minute fair value gap. Okay. Start to come down. This is where I looked for an additional entry. I added more onto this position once we also get this 15-second change in the state very aggressively. Sweep this internal high, manipulation into a higher time frame fair value gap, being the 5 minute fair value gap. We then get an aggressive change in the state, changing order flow to bearish. Maybe an SMT? No SMT there. But boom, I threw on another 2 contracts here. Same target, and I didn't move my stop loss there just yet. I think my stop loss was still just above this fair value gap like that. And from here, start to push down. Boom. Push down before coming up one more time. And hold on. Is this where I entered again? I know we had a bearish SMT. Where is it? Was it right there? Hold on. Or it might have been down here, actually. Yeah, so we had already started to expand lower. We were going pretty aggressively down, and I was in profit a good amount. And then we put in this bearish SMT. Bearish SMT. I think it was this one. Yeah. Bearish SMT. After we get this closure, I put on like literally one more contract here. Stop loss barely gets moved to break even, which was around here. And my target was the same. So yeah, I was in around $2,000 profit here. Almost to my take profit. Boom, price reverses, stops me out at break even. And unfortunate. And we continue up the rest of the day. Continue much higher from here, leaving all this intact. So why does this not play out? I think this doesn't play out because the higher time frame is so ugly. Like this is the weekly profile. Go here. This is the weekly profile. It's just been up and down, up and down, up and down. Just consolidation, no real clear movement, no clear trend, no clear manipulation. We're just going up and down. There's nothing clear for me to take in here. And it did look like there were some good opportunities, but it was all intraday moves. There was no really good external bias to go along with it. And it makes sense why this doesn't play out, unfortunately. Also, there's no bearish SMT. I would have really liked to see there be a bearish SMT here, but unfortunately we did not get that, and this trade did not play out. So that's all I have for this video. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about it. I took a good trade. I saw what I was looking for, and I had a clear idea of where I wanted price to go. I waited for the change in the state. It was a good trade. I can't be mad at it. I can't be mad that I got stopped at break even. I could be thinking, man, I should have closed the position early when I was a few ticks away from hitting my take profit, but that's not a strong trader. If I did take that off and then price continued through to my take profit, I would have also been mad at myself that I took it off early. So, I mean, there's not much to reflect. I can't say much bad about it. It took a good trade, and I just got stopped at break even. That's the way the market goes. We had a bad efficiency week in terms of price action, and that's it. I move on to the next week and continue trading. I'm happy with this week, even though Wednesday was a tough one for me and I'm still in drawdown. I'm okay with it. You know what? I'm confident with my trading abilities, and life is going well right now. So I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna try to make more videos. Hopefully I'll have more time. I actually had more time to do that today. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Hopefully the quality also looks better. I'm looking on my OBS and it does look better. It's on my phone. And also hopefully the sound is a little bit better as well. But yeah, I'll see you next one. Peace out.